Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Player Pro Show. We have another exciting topic lined up for you today. So without further delay, let's head down to the studio to get into the show. Welcome back, everyone. I'm so glad y'all can make it to another episode of the Player Pro Show. And as always, I'm your host, Player Pro. Alright, let's get into the topic. Now, are Pookie and Ray Ray rid of the problem when it comes to the dating market? Now, a lot of people seem to think so. Do y'all want to know my thoughts on the subject? Then let's talk about it. Well, according to women in my community, most black men are dogs, unfaithful, don't want to work, and are good for nothing but turning women into baby mamas. So y'all think this true?
No!
Okay. And you would be correct. Now the truth is, over 50% of black men are single and childless. And only 6 to 7% of the black male population are unemployed. And to be perfectly honest, in today's society, women cheat at a higher rate than men do. Now I don't have the exact numbers, but from what I've heard, to every one man that is reporting sexual activity, you have at least 10 women. At least 10 women. So you do the math. Now that shows me that a small percentage of men are sleeping with the majority of the women. So let me ask y'all a question. Out of the small percentage of men that are sleeping with the majority of the women, how many of them do you think are the nice guys? You know, the ones that put women on pedestals, treat them like queens, worship the ground they walk on. Don't worry, I'll wait. Now let's be honest. When you ask a woman what type of man does she want, she's usually going to say, oh, well, I want a man that is honest, that's loving, that's faithful, family oriented, and someone I can build with. You know, the usual. Now, do this sound like the Pookie and Ray Rays?
No!
I didn't think so. Now, there are a lot of men out there that will fit this description and will give women all of that and then some. But if this is the type of man that they truly want, then just ask them about their past relationships and see if their exes have any of these qualities that they say they want, or if they have children. Ask them, do they baby daddies have any of these qualities that they say they want? It's gonna be more often than not. The answer is gonna be no. Now, historically, only 40% of men, give or take, have produced offspring, but well over 60% of women have produced offspring. And out of those 40% of men, how many of them do you think are the nice guys? I'm quite sure it's a very small number. Now you will hardly ever see society promote this type of man. The hardworking, blue collar, 9-to-5 guy, no baby mamas. You know, the average, everyday, 9-to-5 average guy. But what you will see promoted on everything you watch, everything you hear on the radio, and what you see on social media is what? Your thugs, the street dudes, the scammers, the drug dealers, and the felons. Now, in order to attract modern women in this generation, you're gonna have to have one or two things. Number one, you're gonna have to be good. You're gonna have to have good genetics, which means you're gonna have to be attractive. And there's only a small percentage of men that women consider attractive. Okay, and number two, you're gonna have to have the lifestyle, which means the money, the cars, the houses, things of that nature. And if you have both, oh, you really got it made. And if you have neither, oh, you're really screwed then. So if you don't have the looks, then you better become successful. You better become successful if you don't have the genetics. Now, I've heard women say that the Pookies and Ray Rays are the most attractive, and that's why they get the most attention from women, despite having a lot of bad qualities. Now, I have a video that will explain it better than I can. Okay, let's get into it. Let's roll that footage.
This is such a real thing. I'm gonna even go this far as to say majority of the attractive men in our community usually be hood dudes. And I hate to say that. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, hate to say that, because it's sad. It's sad that majority of the attractive men that black women have to choose from, they are hood, right? And they don't come with good qualities. They come with the baby mamas, the felonies, the no job, the no car. And a lot of women are willing to look over that so that they can get an attractive man. It don't make it right. I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm telling the truth. If you go to the hood, you're going to see some of the finest men that exist in our community. I'm not willing to deal with that. Not me personally. His fineness ain't enough to override the fact that he ain't got other desirable qualities, but a lot of women are. And a lot of men are not genuine when they have this conversation and admit that these are attractive men and why they get women.
Well, there you have it. You heard it straight from a woman, straight from the source. And I believe a lot of this to be true because I talk to women on a regular basis. And I've heard them say this straight from their own mouth, that they are more attracted to these type of men. And they also say that these type of men are better in bed. Well, if you ain't got no job, then you have nothing but time to perfect the craft of clapping cheeks. Now, usually, these type of men have a lot of options, and the majority of women are chasing after these guys. And most of the women with children who having children out of wedlock are having them with these type of men. Now, most of the women in my community, they give their prime years to these type of guys, and it really not just my community. It's usually all communities, but we're just talking about the black community. Yes, they get their prime years to these guys because they usually see them as being more masculine in their eyes, of course, being more exciting and better protectors. When in actuality, since these guys have more options, they are more likely to be unfaithful and more unlikely to put up with the BS that come from modern women. And that's the total opposite of nice guys. So women find it a little more attractive. But after dealing with these guys in their early years, they pick up resentment from men. Now, mind you, these are a small percentage of men that most of the women are fighting for. Now, we'll just say from the age of 20 to 30. Now, that's a whole decade of them getting hurt, the trauma, and the baggage. So when they get to the wall, they kind of jaded now. Now, all men do is cheat and lie, and now the women talking about they won't settle for nothing less than Mr. Right, so he got to be perfect. But usually, that's the same type of guy that they're normally attracted to, but now just with money. But if you're attractive enough, oh, she'll still let you clap the cheeks, even if you have nothing to offer. So I'm saying, they would rather deal with an attractive Pookie who can break their back. I mean break their back, than an average 9-to-5 guy that's a good provider. Or they get with the good average 9-to-5 guy, they cheat on him with the Pookie. I mean, it happens every day. Just turn on social media. There are more videos than I can count. Now, I have another video from the same woman, giving a little more detail on why women love Pookies. All right, now let's get into the next video. Roll that footage.
Don't apply to everybody, but this is some women like hood dudes because there's some hood dudes who are very attractive, and you're able to get access to these attractive men at a discounted rate. And let me explain it. Some of these men are very attractive, but they come with very undesirable qualities. They have a bunch of kids, bunch of baby mamas, no job, no car, no money. But you will look over it because you're getting an attractive man in return. A man you know under normal circumstances you would never have access to. Because if he actually had his life together and he had real options of women to choose from, he would not choose you. And you know that subconsciously. You know that you would have never had access to a man that looked like him unless he had these undesirable qualities that would make you accessible to him. And that's the reason why some of y'all like hood dudes, because they don't have no self-esteem and they have very low standards of the women they'll entertain.
Okay, now let me ask y'all, who do y'all think is more at fault here? The very small percentage of men with all the bad qualities, or the large percentage of women that are attracted to them? Don't worry, I'll wait. Now, a lot of women will still deal with these guys knowing they have a long history of dealing with women, being unfaithful, and sometimes having multiple baby mamas and kids they usually don't take care of. Now, this is not all men. Now, I like to look at a couple of guys in particular. Look at guys like a Future or a Nick Cannon. Now, to me, both of these guys are Pookies and Ray Rays. You just take the money away, and they got all the other bad qualities. Now, both these guys are well known for having a lot of baby mamas and a lot of kids that they're usually not raising on a day-to-day basis. But so many women are still chasing these guys, trying to sleep with them. So, let me ask you again. Who do y'all think is at more at fault? The one, maybe two or so irresponsible guys, or the whole bunch of women that are having children by them? I mean, honestly. So are Pookies really the problem? So men, my advice, especially when you're young, you got to go out and get it, man. You got to chase success. You never let a woman stand in the way of your purpose. That comes before anything else. Your purpose comes first. And once you get that together, you have no problem with women. Well, you know, I can't really say that, because you do gotta get some. You gotta learn how to talk to women. You do gotta have some type of game. Because if you don't, if you just have money, then you most likely gonna get used for that money. So there's a little more that goes along with it. Okay, but do remember this, like the old saying goes, you will never lose women chasing money, but you will always lose money chasing women, and that is a fact. So, I would like to hear what y'all think down in the comments. I would like for y'all to share, like, and subscribe. And in closing, like I always say, people, we are better together than we are apart. So let's make our community great again. Now, I do appreciate everyone for coming out for another episode of the Player Pro Show. So until next episode, I do bid y'all adieu.